Hello guys, welcome to another interesting video. So today I'm going to break down the 7-second rule in web design and exactly how to create a web design that capture attention instantly in 2026. So let's dive into my PC while I break everything down to you in details. Let's dive in. Welcome guys. So today we are going to be discussing something very interesting. All right, so without wasting too much of our time, so let us dive into what we have today. So today we are discussing about it um, based on the introduction we just watched just recently. So today we are discussing about the 7-second rule, designing website for instant engagement in 2026. So I'm going to be guiding you the 2026 guidelines, all right, of creating a website for your business or brands. All right, so first of all, we are going to be discussing about many things actually, but so I'll try as much as possible to cover all of these outlines. Okay, so why 7 seconds? The psychology behind these 7 seconds. Viewers learn what in your website. You must first of all, let me quickly show you something. All right, I want to show you the difference between a good and a bad website first, just to have an idea of what we are going to be covering today. Okay, so to differentiate a good and a bad website, all right, this is how to differentiate a bad website. All right, this is a car company website. What made this website very bad and not professional? You can see the text. All right, looking at the text alone, the text is not to know a bad website. First of all, look at the text. The headline text is not aligned. All right, it's not aligned. Okay, you can see the text here. You can see this text here. This text here is not it's not giving. All right, it's not that clear. It's not clear. Okay, and it's very tiny. As you can see, it's very tiny for viewers to actually see what they are talking about, or what the website is talking about. So this is one of the things to identify a bad website. The text matters. All right, the layout too matters. You can see the layout is not giving as well. So the whole thing is just combined. Um, 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 it's too the whole the whole layout is not too giving. Okay, the footer still makes sense. The footer still makes sense, but the write-up, the text is not giving. This very headline is not giving as well. So one of the challenge with this website is the text. All right, the text is not giving. The text is not giving. So that is one challenge with this website. Okay, I think the color of the website still makes sense. All right, the color of the website still makes sense. So like this logo now, I would have loved the designer to use a normal logo instead of using a text logo. Probably like do some little design touch with the name. All right, you can just make the a car logo, and this name you can just put it below, or just do something creative about the logo. But the logo as well is not that creative enough. So that is one area that is lacking on this website. So here is the second one. You can see this one. This website is too poor. This is an e-commerce website. It's too poor. You can just see how confusing the website is. The website is very confusing to any visitor seeing it for the first time. If I'm the one visiting this website for the first time, I won't even spend any seconds. I will wipe it off. So it's not organized. You can see the website is not organized at all. If I'm to pass this website, I won't pass it less than 5%. It's too poor. So this is one bad website. So to now identify a good website, you can see how professional this website is. See the way the headline, see the logo. You can see what I was talking about. The logo is very aligned. If compared to this very one, the logo is very professional. The website is talking about case. All right. Okay, you can see the headline, very organized. See the sub headlines, very organized, very organized, very organized. You can see how the layouts, you can see the space. The spacing makes sense compared to this. I think this one still makes sense a little bit. Just the error here in this on this website is the text and the logo, I think, and the layout. The spacing too. You can the space too is too close, but compared to this you can see the space. You can see the space. You can see the layout. Very organized. Very organized. You can see the text. The text also is given. The text is given. The footer makes sense. The footer too makes a lot of sense. You can see the search button, very professional. This is one good website. All right. So this is the kind of website you should learn to emulate. If you want to give your client professional job, this is one website you should emulate from. All right. This is one website. This Apple website. You can see the heading, very organized. You can see the spacing. You can see the text. The text is very clear and bold. Very clear and bold. You can see the design. This is very lovely. You can see the text. There's space in the text. You can see it's not jam-packed together. It's very organized. You can see how the text. You can see the footer. The footer too also makes a lot of sense. This is one website you should emulate. All right. So the reason why I'm sharing this with you so that you have an idea of to of what a good website is and a bad website is. All right. So this is one way to differentiate a good and a bad website. Okay. So now to discuss about the why second 7 seconds, the psychology behind it, let us read this out. Viewers learn what is actually happening in a visitor's brain. That is the psychology. During those first few seconds, when a visitor visits your website for the first time, the psychology at that moment changes. A few seconds, when a visitor visits your website, the first the headline, the first thing they will see will determine how far they are going to stay on that website. So you must be very careful. Viewers learn what is actually happening in a visitor's brain. All right. During those few seconds, cover the concept of cognitive load. Human instinctively judge trustworthiness, relevance, and clarity almost instantly before consciously reading anything. Explain that this isn't about attention span being short, it's about the brain making a fast pattern match. Does this look organized, credible, relevant to what I search for? If the answer is unclear, they leave. So if they can't find all of this, they will just leave your website instantly. That is what it means. Another way to identify a good and a bad website is when a website does not load faster. All right, let's just check this website now. This website now, let's just load it. to see how fast the website is. You can see that it's taking longer time to load. It's taking longer time to load compared to this. Maybe it's our network. You can see this one is very fast. This one is a little bit slow. So to differentiate a good and a bad website, we did how the speed of the the um the speed when loading the website, is it fast or slow? When the website is too slow to load, that what that means is that that website is having issues. The plugins, the design, the way the plugins are just the load of that website is too much. But when the website is very fast, that means the website is very professional. That is one angle I want to very clarify before we move further. So this is the psychology, all right, behind visitors mentality, the psychology, what the visitors or viewers will first um, identify when visiting any website for the first time. So you must be very careful the kind of website you put outside there. Don't just create any website. If you are creating a website for your client, make sure to take your time to create that website for that client. If it's for your business, make sure you create a design and befitting website for your business. Very, very important. All right. So, secondly, the visual hierarchy, what the eye see first. Viewers learn how the eye naturally scan. Are you getting that? Actually scans a page, commonly in an E pattern or Z pattern depending on layouts and how strong design guides that can patch intentionally instead of leaving it to chance. Cover size contrast signal important. The biggest boldness element should be the thing you must want notice, and cluttered page force the brain to work harder to find anything which triggers the bounce. So what is this actually what this is actually talking about is, for instance, I want to create a website now. I'm actually using, let me go quickly walk it through. I'm using a software called Elementor. I use Elementor to design my website. So this is the interface of the Elementor. All right. And here, wow, my network is almost going down. Okay, my network is okay. So this is Elementor. All right. I was still on it back. So this is Elementor now. So what this is actually talking about is um how a visitor who is just visiting your website for the first time, or your page, the the uh the eye contacts, all right, all right, the psychology. They are still talking about the psychology of any visitor visiting your website for the first time. One of the things they will check out is the layout, the colors, the size, the space. All of those things matters a lot. I don't. That is the reason why I actually wanted to start with a good, how to identify a good and a bad website, so that you have an idea, you have understanding of what we are going to be talking about as time goes on. Okay. So that is based on that. Now, the color aspect too, we discussed about the color aspect. First impression are instant. Viewer learn the color isn't decoration. It's a communication. The way of using a good color in a website is to communicate. All right. It's communication. Cover how contrast. All right. Cover how contrast affect readability and mood in milliseconds, how too many competing colors create visual noise, and how strategic contrast a bold call to action button against a calm background. For example, draw the eye exactly where you want it within the same 7-second window. All right, within the same 7-second window. So, you know, when creating a website, what this is actually talking about is the color aspect. All right, The kind of color you use for your website matters a lot, okay? Also, the call to action button, all right? How, if you look at this website now, you can see how the color, you can see how professional the color is. The color is very, the combination of the color is very good, all right? Let quickly, I don't think this one has call to action. Okay, there's no call to action. I think this subscription, okay? This one call to action. They only have this a form call to action. This okay. Now here now there's a call to action here. You can see the color. Lemon. That is one call to action. Okay. If you are to lemon, you just click here. If you want to shop, you just click here. So this is one call to action they are talking about. All right, you can see the call to action here. So let's read that again. Viewers learn the color isn't decoration. The color you are using for your website is not decoration at all. It's a way of communicating with your visitors or viewers. Cover how contrast affect readability and mood in milliseconds. How too many competing colors create visual noise. You must be very careful when creating a website. The color you use, don't combine too many colors when creating your website. If you are using two color, let it be two color. Don't use 5, 10 colors at the same time. Very, very important. And how strategic contrast. A bold call to action against a calm background. The background you use to matters a lot. For example, draw the eye exactly where you want it. All right, within the same second. Okay, so this is one area you must focus on when creating a website. Let's move further again. The above, the fold structure that was. Viewers learn the anatomy of eye converting first screen, the part visible before any scrolling happens. Cover the essential elements. A clear headline, I made mention of that. A clear headline, what the site product actually is. When creating a website, the headline must be very engaging and very simple. Okay, make it very clear. A clear stating what the actual product is supporting sub headlines. So you must make sure that your headline is very giving and your sub headline is very giving as well. That has context, a single obvious call to action, minimal distraction around it. Emphasize that if a visitor can't answer what what is this, and why should I care within the above the food section, they are already gone. All right, so if your headline and sub headline is not that catching enough, any visitor visiting that website for the first time, we just leave that website believing that there's nothing to talk and there's nothing to scroll about on that website. So you must make sure, you must be very, very careful on the kind of headline and sub headline you use for your website. Okay, so let me show you an example of headlines on a website. All right, this Apple now, you can see iPhone meet the latest iPhone lineup. You can see this one headline, this is a sub headline. You can see very simple, you can see how simple the headline is. iPhone, many people are lover of iPhone. You can see the sub headline, meet the latest. The word latest means something new, something fresh. It's very catching. Okay, this is what we are talking about. So let's move further again. All right, so let us quickly go to the white space. All right, why empty space isn't wasted space? Viewers learn the white space or negative space isn't a missed opportunity to add more content. It's what makes the important content easier to process. Cover how crowd busy layout increase cognitive load and how generous spacing signals confidence and clarity, both of which build instant trust. So one of the ways to identify a good website is the spacing of the website. You know, I talk about spacing. If you look at this website now, the spacing makes sense. You can see how spacious the layout is. This is one good website. All right, so this is what this exactly is talking about. So this is one area you must focus, you must be very careful of when creating or building your website. So common mistakes that kill the first impression. Viewers learn the specific avoidable errors that cause bounces before a visitor even scrolls. Unclear headlines. Are you getting that? Unclear headlines that don't state what the site does. Too many competing call to action show load times, undermine and otherwise good design. Inconsistent front color that feel unprofessional, and stock imagery that feels genetic rather than relevant. So you must be very careful the headline and the sub headline use. Make sure the headline and the headline and sub headline talks about the talks about the business in particular. If you look at this Apple website now, you can see the name of the website is apple.com, and the headline too talks about Apple. The sub headline too talks about Apple. That is what we are talking about. Okay, the call to action too. Okay, the front and the color, the image, they are very professional. You can see the color, you can see the image, you can see the image, you can see the front color, you can see how combination combine the color is very the combination of the color is very giving, very professional. This is what we are talking about. So this is one way to identify a good website. Okay, so that is based on that. Okay, so before I move into the interface of the, I won't go any, but I will just show you. I personally use Elementor to design my website or pages. All right, so of course there are some AI tools that you can use. Okay, we are now in the regime of AI. Now you can use AI to build a professional website for your business. All right, so here is the AI tools that I'm going to be recommending to you. This first one is called Galileo AI. This one is called Uzad. This one is called Cloud Design. All right, so let me just quickly go through the website, the AI tool. All right, the first one is Galileo AI. This is the website here. So the second one is Uzad AI. Why the third one is called Cloud Design AI. All right, so this is the interface of the Galileo AI platform. So all you just need to do to start using this AI platform is completely free. You can start as a first timer, then after some time you upgrade the package. So here is a pricing package for this very particular website. All right, the free trial here is here 5,000 trades per month, unlimited users, while the pro version start from 100, the enterprise as well. Okay, the second one Uzad, also the same thing. I don't want to waste too much time on this. It's still loading. So now to get started with this very particular website, all you just need to do is to get started here. You can see one of the things I was talking about to differentiate a good and a bad website. You can see how it's taking longer time for this very website to load. The load on this website is too much. That is one way to identify how dependable and reliable this website is. So to get started with this website now, all you just have to do to sign, you can easily sign up with your Google account. If you have a Google account, automatically you can do that. Or if you want to use your normal email, you can use that. So let's say for instance, I want to use my Google account for instance. Just click, you can see it's taking longer time. Just click sign up with Google. So this is the second one, use that platform. So the first month free trial, the package monthly is $12, business package is $39. So so I won't waste too much time to, okay, let me just create an account with them. All right, let me create an account for this. So I'll be picking one. So I'm recommending this three, but I'll be focusing on one for now for the sake of this video. So this is the second one. The third one is cloud design. So to get started with cloud, you just have to get started. Click on, you can see this is a price package. You can just click here, try cloud. So this one, let's just create an account. So let's just create an account. So sorry about that. So I will use cloud for for example. All right. So I'm going to focus on cloud. So I recommended these three. All right. So you create an account. All right. You create an account with your Google account or normal Gmail, whichever one you want to use. But this very website is recommending you have an email, professional email with your domain account. Okay. So you must have a domain for this very one. Same thing with this. So I will just make use of this platform, cloud. Okay. So now I'll be able to so now, for example, if you want to use cloud, all you just need for cloud to create a website for you is a prompt. So this is a prompt that I use, all right, to create my website, for instance. So this very one now, this very prompt is focusing on a bad website. So let's say, for instance, let me just copy this prompt now. I'll just ask, I'll tell prompt to let me paste it. A design a clutter confusing landing page. Okay, so let's just tell him to. So now let's wait why. So the AI on prompt is doing the work in the background. So let's just be patient. So this very prompt is talking about is a it's an home page. It's a SaaS landing page homepage website. It's an home page site. Okay, so let's just wait for it to finish the work for us so that we can. So while this is going on, let's move further. All right, let me quickly show you this is the interface of the Elementor I'm using. So I will highly recommend any designer to start using Elementor. Elementor is very good. The reason why I recommend Elementor is because of because of how fast and how professional the layout is. All right, it's very smooth and very fast. Okay, Elementor is very smooth, very smooth and very fast. You can easily create a website with Elementor and create any page of your choice, be it a landing page or sales page. So here is the elements. All right, this is a different element. You can also you can add as many you can add as many widgets you want. All right, so these are the elements. You can add as many elements you want. So I think they've added more elements to this. They've updated their elements. Normally we don't have as many elements as this, so some elements require you to upgrade. So you can also upgrade for you to have as many of these. Okay, so to get started with Elementor, all you just have to do is to create an account with them first. Then you download the Elementor plugin on your WordPress. So this is my WordPress here. You can see this is the Elementor. So you must download the Elementor. First of all, register with Elementor. After you register, you download the Elementor in your WordPress. Remember, you are using WordPress. So you can see this is my interface here, just to prove to you. This is what I use. Okay, so I'm just trying out. I just want to show you the software I use for my design. So this is the interface of Elementor. So if you want to design anything at all you just have to do is to go to this page settings and you scroll down. You go to you go down. You then you you click on this Elementor canvas. So immediately you click on Elementor canvas, it's going to refresh the interface of that page that you are, for you to now start your own design. So right now, all you just have to do is to begin with your website, is to begin your design immediately. All right. So this is the layout we are talking about. We have the flexbox and the grid. You can see mostly I use flexbox to get my design done. There are some areas where I use grid. Okay, so this is what we talk about. This is the container. So this is what we call container. This is the container area. All right, so then you go for that. So this is one area. So if you want to add, maybe for instance now, let me quickly show you something. So this is what we call structure. This is one area to organize and to monitor your design structure, all right, when building any website or pages. Okay, so that is on that. All right, so I just want to quickly show you this very area. All right, so very well. So cloud has created and generated this website for us. You can see this is one bad website. This is one bad website. You can see. So now another thing to do, you can easily copy this code. This is an HTML code. So let me quickly show you something very quickly. Let me quickly show you something very quickly. So just click container, this container widget. So after you click on container, you go to advanced, you unclick this. The widget, the width, the full width, the width is the white space. You make it full so that it won't affect your work. So what you need to do now here is to, so once you are done with this container um, adjustment, you just go here again, click on code. So we are looking for HTML. You can see HTML widgets. This Elementor always have this, so you don't need to install it anymore. So what you then have to do is to go to cloud, copy the HTML code, copy it, and boom, insert it. You can see. So this is how the bad website we are talking about is. So let's view it to see how it is, to see how the bad. So now to create our good website, let's copy the prompt for the good website and go to cloud to help us out. All right, so I will instruct him to do also for this. So so let's wait for it to, so it's working on the background. So let's go back to our, you can see this is a bad website. You can see how poor this website is. So this is an example of the website we are talking about. All right. This is an example of the bad website we're talking about. So now let's wait for the AI to generate. We are almost done. Okay. We are almost done. So let's just wait. Okay, let's erase this code now. It's almost done. You can see. So let's copy the HTML code. So let's insert the HTML code here. Wow, this website is so lovely. You can see the amazing work of this very website. Okay, it's still showing. Let's let's save it. Let's publish it. Let's just publish it first for the sake of this video. So I just want to quickly, so you can see the good website. You can see how professional this website is. You can see the headline, the upper headline. You can see the footer, the header and footer. You can see the header, very very straightforward. You can see the footer. You can see the space. You can see the text, very clear to read. You can see the space, very clear to read. Sorry about the break. So this is one good website to emulate from. All right. So that is based on that. So I would recommend you start using any free AI tool you want to use now. I would recommend you use Cloud. Cloud is very very professional. It's amongst the best for now. So I would recommend Cloud for now. Okay. You can also try out other any these two AI as well. So I just don't want to waste too much time. I should have just created the account and test it out for you. Okay. So so my final thoughts in applying this rule is this: wrap by, so let me make it bold so that I can read it. Wrap by reinforcing the core takeaway. Design isn't about making something look nice. It's about making a fast, clear, trustworthy first impression within a brutally short window. Encourage viewers to audit their own site or landing page right now using everything covered and tease a natural follow-up, etc. Next video, I will actually redesign a real website. 5 using everything from this one. All right. Make sure your website is very fast to load, very clear and trustworthy first. You can see how fast this website is. You can see how clear and visible it is. You can see how spacious this website is. In fact, I love this very, very website example. So this is one area you should always adapt to when designing or about designing a website. First of all, before designing a website, my final touch on this: plan your design. All right, plan how your design is going to be. Draft your design somewhere, plan it. All right, how do you want the headline to look like? How do you want the body to look like? How do you want the footer to be like? How do you want the inner pages to look like? The subheading, the header, the subheading, how do you want it to be like? Those things really matters to viewers, visitors who are just visiting your website for the first time. Every second of every visitor in your website matters a lot. If a visitor visits your website or viewers visit your website, first seconds, that first seconds, let it engage them, let it catch them to wait and scroll down to the end. All right. If a visitor can't wait on your website for less than 5 minutes or more than 5 minutes, what that means is that the website has a lot of issues, just like the one I just showed to you. All right. So you must be very, very careful when creating a website for your clients or for your business. Very, very important. You always put this and have this at the back of your mind. So I hope you have learned something from this video. All right. So one thing I want you to do for me right now, all right, is to like, comment in this video. Let me hear what your take is or what the challenges you are facing right now when creating a website, and your opinion as well. Share this video with your friends. Most importantly, if this is your first time visiting this channel, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. All right. Doing this will support my channel as well, and it will encourage and motivate me to share more exciting videos as such as this. All right. So I will see you till another time. Bye for now.